even if like you're like, okay, you can shrug it off, but like looking back, it's like those are very big moments for us, and sacks usually sway games, and especially in situational downs like 3rd and 10, like, okay, well, now their drive's done, or they have to try to go for a 4th and something. Like, sacks are good, and setting people behind the ball, which is like, that's what we do. That's how we can impact.
And I know you wouldn't give it back, but have you had any garbage sacks, where like, yeah, somebody's getting driven back into the quarterback, he's tripped up and he's essentially stumbling into you?
I think actually last year at Boston College, I got credited for a sack that the guy tripped over the lineman's foot that I was pushing, and like I was like, I'm gonna touch him just to see if I can get it, but yeah.
Do you still celebrate that, or?
I'm just like, I don't know what happened, and I don't know who they're gonna give it to, so.
But I'll take it.
I was like, I'll take it if you give it to me. But,
awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Looking forward to most this season.
Just being the opportunity to just play again. Let me look at the camera. You. Okay. Just the opportunity to just play again at a high level in the ACC. It's a competitive league. I think we added a bunch of good teams, and we're going to fly over to Stanford, so that's something exciting for. But obviously, we're just really excited to compete and hopefully build upon what we did last year.
For some lighter questions, do you have a role model or a specific player?
In terms of role models, I'll say someone because it's just more immediate as Yaya Diaby, because he mentored me from when I was a freshman. He kind of made it so I could feel like I belonged. Coming in, like I wasn't our biggest recruit, and I was definitely undersized. Like I was like 220 coming out of high school, very very lean, and he helped me like through the process of like, okay, you're gaining weight. How do you like handle pressure? How do you like continue to improve upon what you're doing? And obviously, he's a hard worker. So you've seen what he's done in the league. Last year, it's just a rookie. He's just a good mentor, and he's always like a call away.
You play another sport,
I like football, obviously, but I did a little bit of CrossFit. I don't think I do CrossFit anymore. It's a little hard, but I would kind of want to learn like UFC. But I'll give you a more media answer, so I'll say like traditional football, so like soccer.
Do you have a
I don't really know. I've been bulking, so kind of there's been a lot more cheat meals than normal. But I have like a parlor pizza downstairs for me, so I was like go downstairs, get a pizza, and maybe like ice cream. But that's trying to be
My
fat.
next question: what is the best piece of advice on
Really just savor the moment, because like I don't got something super crazy, but I never understood it when I was a freshman. Like they're like, oh yeah, time flies by. I was getting talked to by a bunch of vets, and they're like, time flies. And I'm just now starting to realize it, and it's going faster and faster. Like last year it felt fast, and it feels like it's maybe been like 2 months between last season and now. So it's just getting faster and faster. So try to find times to slow it down in your off season and stuff like that. Thank you.
You guys obviously brought in a lot through the transfer portal, but one area that they kind of put a big emphasis on was on the defensive line. So you brought in guys like Thor, Jordan, a couple other guys in the spring window. Has it been like kind of playing alongside those guys in spring ball and just getting to know them in the summer as well?
Yeah, I think a lot of the people that we added, again, they're all different styles. But one consistent thing is they're also big and they're very twitchy. I think someone like that I like how he plays is I like Jordan Gerard. He's just very solid. He's technical, very aggressive. Thor, Thor. Everyone knows Thor because that's the most common name we throw around. Yeah. But like Renee is someone who I don't feel like people talk about too much. But he's freakishly strong, and he's like a player with a lot of talent and a lot of God-gifted strength. And I think that's something to look forward to, especially on the inside. We got a lot, almost everyone we added, pretty much actually everyone we added is a hold me down nose. Like they can hold down the middle, or they can play 3-tech solid. It's not like one trick ponies. We don't have just a run stop or just a pass rusher. Everyone we've added interior is like that, and even the edge, like we've added people who are different rush styles, but like they're not one-trick ponies. Like they can go cover, they can go rush, and it's not like you'll really see too much of a drop.
Who do you think is the strongest in that room?
I don't know. If we go based on like pure numbers, I think Thor is. Because Thor came in and like we were doing bench maxes and he was benching like 405 with feet up, like for reps, and I was like, kind of gross, but yeah, I feel like in terms of that, someone who's very sneaky strong, who might not be as weight room strong, is Jared Dawson.
Yeah,
he is very, very, very twitchy, and if he does what he needs to do, he can really change a line of scrimmage.
When you kind of reflect on your journey up to this point, is it kind of wild? Because coming out of high school, like you said, a little undersized. I think the recruiting services had you ranked outside the top 1,000, and just a few years later, you're an All-American. Like, is it, when you just kind of sit back and think of it all, is it kind of wild to think about this whole journey?
I mean, it is kind of wild, but at the end of the day, like, I knew what God had for me, and I knew what my family believed in me, and like, it was hard not to get down, like especially in the recruiting process, because I didn't get really recruited until like last minute to sign, and it was kind of hard not to get down on yourself, but like just staying like prayed up, having people praying for you, just keeping yourself grounded, and then just continuing to work. That's what allowed me to continue to like get to where I'm at now. So it's kind of surreal, but I mean, I try not to get like sentimental about it.
Have you had a chance to play as yourself in the new college football video game yet?
A little bit. I try not to play myself because that's not good for football. You know what I'm saying? So what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to use a linebacker or a DB. But like I'm new to that kind of stuff. Like, I haven't played bad in like 7 years. But
do you think they got your rating right?
They could have not. I'm content with it. I'm very happy with it. I'm just happy to be in a game. Really, it's just kind of like a dope moment.
My question is, for a high school student coming to college, dealing with the NIL and all this stuff, what kind of advice can you give them?
Well, one of the things I could think about would be just keeping like, yeah, you can get paid, but like that's at the end of the day, that's not what's gonna drive. Like, shouldn't be what drives you. A lot of people are like, they might switch schools just because, they might go to a school just because of money. Like, if that place is not a home to you, like you're gonna be miserable. You might have a little bit of dough, but you're not gonna be happy. And that's kind of like the thing that people are like a little bit overlooking when people are committing is like, what team's gonna put you in the best position if you want to go to the next level? What's gonna set you up to be the best man you can be? What's gonna what are these coaches gonna do that's gonna actually elevate you? So that's my thing. I would say, like, yeah, it's important. Make sure you get your worth, but like, don't make that your entire emphasis.